Hi, Alice. Just to recap on the things that we talked about today. To select picture and sound independently, you can hold Alt on the keyboard. So instead of this, you get this. Then you've got Home to go to the beginning, End to go to the end. Then you've got Control for ripple. So if you want to swap the order of these two clips, you can just hold Control, pick this one up and drop it there. Oh, you know what I'm noticing is we don't have snap on, and I'm really glad because that is something I actually really want to cover. So see, it's not helping me to drop this in a particular place. So if I drop that there, I'm going to get a tiny fragment of a couple of frames of a video, and actually it will help you to place it. It predicts where you want to place it and just helps it do it in exactly the right place, which is this button here, the magnet one, snap. That's really, really good that came up.
To keep that on, right?
Yeah. So now look, when I try and swap the order of these clips, it's going to snap there. So there's a little snap. You feel it more if you're doing it yourself, but yeah, it just clicks into place more. Yeah, you'll be able to tell when someone's got snap off because when you watch their videos, you get these like little subliminal flashes of clips at the beginnings and ends, and you're like, oh, you need snap on.
Right.
So yeah, now I'm going to put this here. So that's holding Control. Then if I want to pull the audio out of this, I'm holding Alt just to work with audio and picture separately. Let's do that again. Got to be careful because Alt also is copy. So if I hold Alt while doing that, like picking up and dropping, then I'm actually copying it as well. Yes, it's quite. You really do have to be quite nimble with your fingers.
Yeah.
Like the Control thing, for example. Like Premiere checks whether I'm holding Control when I pick up and when I drop. So if I, for example, only use Control when I drop, this happens. I'm picking up without Control, so I'm going to leave a gap there now, and then I'm going to drop it with Control. So instead of overwriting this file and flattening it, I'm going to push everything up along. But watch the space that is left where I pitch this up. We do that again. Now I'm going to hold Control when I pick up, so there'll be no gap there now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hold Control when I drop.
Right.
Yeah. So just to show the third possible option there, Control when I pick up, no Control when I drop. Notice that changing. It's no longer going to push everything up. Now it's just going to flatten that and bulldoze over it.
Right.
So I've lost what was underneath it.
Okay.
Then, just to recap for the video, we played with audio. So that's 0 means no change. That's plus 6 decibels. You can increase it even more than that if you want to with audio gain here.
Oh.
But if you drag it all the way down to the bottom, it goes to minus infinite, and that's obviously silent.
Yeah.
But yeah, say you want to silence the sound in the original video, drag that down, and have your music up. Like that. Okay, nice. That's about it. And then I'll just show you the last thing, because normally you want to fade music in and out.
Yeah.
And while you do have all of your transitions here for video, fading in and out, which is well worth knowing, and you've got the same for audio as well in audio transitions, you can actually do, since you're already starting to venture into what are called the rubber bands, these lines, you might as well dare to venture just into the beginning of keyframes, which is if you hold Control, not to be confused with ripple, because we're not going to be dragging anything now.
Okay.
We're just going to, this only applies with Control when you're clicking on a rubber band. See how my cursor is changing to a plus symbol? That's going to add a rubber band. So that means if I click there, and then I add a second one here, I can change the volume from this value to that value. Now, obviously, the values are both the same at the moment, but I can move them independently now. So the value it's going to end on is 0.
So you just click Control.
Just Control click on the rubber band. So let's do one here as well. Just remember, you've always got to do them in pairs because you're changing from this to that.
Okay.
So there.
So basically fade in and fade out.
Exactly, yeah. And yeah, so keyframes are super useful. So we can do the same with opacity as well. That's what this rubber band on the picture is. So I'm going to Control, click, and always in pairs, Control, click. And you can move these around, right? They're flexible. So I'm just going to move that all the way to the beginning. Yeah. And then, yeah, you won't be able to see this in the video because it's only recording the big screen, but that's going to fade in like that.
Oh, right.
And then Control, click, Control, click. Let me just drag that down there. And that's going to slowly fade out. So there, basic keyframes, fading in and out of picture, fading in and out of sound, ripple, delete with Control, Alt for individual selection. Yeah.
Yeah,
and then
sounds, oh my God, I feel like I can go away.
INO for in and out. And yeah, just remember to keep your eye on that blue border telling you which section you're working in. Play is going to behave differently when that's selected compared to when that's selected or when that's selected. So it's got three different versions of spacebar for play. There you go. I'll stop the video and give you a